All right, let's talk about crypto. If you've ever looked at it and thought, where on earth do I even start? Well, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're diving into the 30 days to your first crypto portfolio guide. Our goal? To give you a safe, clear path into the world of digital assets. Let's jump in. This is the big question, isn't it? It's what stops most people dead in their tracks. On one hand, you hear these horror stories of people losing everything. On the other, you hear whispers of a massive financial revolution. So what's the truth? And more importantly, how do you get involved with the revolution without getting caught in the gamble? Now, you might think it's all about picking that one magic coin that's going to go to the moon. But you know what? That's actually the wrong place to focus. The real secret isn't in what you buy. It's all about how you think. Getting this right, especially when you're just starting out, is about discipline, it's about knowledge, and having a real long-term plan. It's about shifting from being a speculator, just hoping for the best, to becoming a strategic investor. And that's the core idea we're going to unpack. So here's the deal. The opportunity here is massive. I mean, for the first time ever, we can actually own our digital assets, no borders, and be part of a totally new financial system. But the obstacle is just as real, and it's fear. The fear of it being too complex, too volatile, and the fear of making one wrong move. And this slide just nails the two paths you can take. A gambler, they're all emotion. They get swept up in the hype, the fear of missing out, and they're just chasing that quick win. But an investor is driven by a plan. They build value step by step, over time. This whole guide is designed to put you firmly on that investor's path. To help you navigate this whole thing, the guide introduces this really cool concept it calls your war library. Think of the war library as your personal playbook, your armor for building digital wealth. It's not about hype. It's a collection of solid lessons to fall back on when the market gets a little crazy. It's all about swapping that confusion for total clarity. So let's get practical. Let's talk about the first steps. You know, getting started really doesn't have to be expensive or scary. It's all about building a solid, and I mean solid, foundation. This is probably the #1 question out there. Do I need like thousands of dollars just to get in the game? And the answer is a huge, definitive no. You absolutely do not need to be rich to start investing. The guide is super clear about this. You can start with an amount as small as, say, 5,000 Nigerian naira, or just $20, or even 15 euros. Look, what really matters isn't the size of your first investment. It's the habit of being consistent. Starting small is great because it lets you learn the ropes without all that emotional pressure. Okay, so once you're ready to make a move, here are the first 4 steps. First, pick a trusted, well-known exchange. After you register, the most crucial step is turning on two-factor authentication. And please use an authenticator app, not just a text message. It's way more secure. Then you just finish up the identity verification and you're good to go. So, what do you actually buy? This chart shows a really smart, safe way to start. The guide suggests putting the bulk of your portfolio, about 60%, into the big foundational assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Then maybe 30% into other well-established projects. And you leave a little 10% aside just for learning and exploring new things. See? It's not gambling. It's a structured plan. All right, let's talk about what is, without a doubt, the single most important topic for any new investor. I'm serious. The biggest risk in crypto isn't the price going up or down. It's getting lazy with your security. Protecting your stuff is job #1. And right at the very heart of your security is something called a seed phrase. You need to understand this. This phrase is the master key to all of your crypto. It's not like a password you can just reset. If someone else gets these words, they have total control of your money. And it's gone. Forever. So you need to burn these rules into your brain. Write your seed phrase down on a piece of paper and store it somewhere safe, offline. Never, ever, ever take a picture of it. Don't save it in your notes app or email it to yourself. And no legitimate company will ever ask you for it. Anyone who asks is a scammer. Period. Okay, now let's talk strategy. Instead of stressing out and trying to guess the perfect time to buy with a big chunk of cash, beginners should use what's called dollar cost averaging, or DCA. All that means is you invest a small, fixed amount on a regular schedule, like every week or every month. It takes the stress out of it and helps smooth out the market's wild rides. So many people try to time the market, buy low, sell high. It's almost impossible to do consistently. The real winning strategy is in this simple phrase: time in the market beats timing the market. For beginners, just focusing on holding strong assets for the long haul is how you win. You see, this 30-day plan isn't the finish line. Think of it more like a boot camp. It's designed to build those disciplined habits that are going to serve you for your entire life as an investor. It's the starting block, not the destination. And this roadmap just shows that long-term vision perfectly. The first 3 months, that's your building phase. The first year is all about strengthening your habits and your security. Then you start to expand your knowledge. And after a few years, you hit a level of mastery, where you're just acting on your strategy, not all the daily noise. I just love this quote from the guide. It really captures the entire spirit of this journey. The little portfolio you build in these first 30 days, that's just the seed. And by taking care of it with discipline and patience, you're growing something with some truly incredible potential. So we end with this question. You now have the blueprint. You know how to build a solid foundation, safely and intelligently. The tools are all right here. So the question isn't, how do I start anymore? The real question is, now that you have this foundation, what will your discipline build next? The journey is all yours.